Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Double Dog. Today is the 22nd of February, 2020. I am in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, getting ready to roll. I got about 5 minutes till I can get on the road. We are going to be headed towards Chicago, but we're going to try to stop tonight in Effingham, Illinois. We've been there a few times. We'll stop at Flying J there, spend the night, and then head up north tomorrow. A little short run early in the morning, get staged for an early morning, the following morning delivery, so we should be in pretty good shape. We do have plenty of time to make this on time, and we should be good to go, so I'm pretty psyched about that. Now, a few things. I'm going to post a picture here, something I saw on the when I was fueling. I just thought it was funny. Some days your truck needs a little bit more than just fuel, regular fuel anyway. So, but I just thought it was funny, so hopefully you'll get a kick out of it as well. I'm going to be using the Ford camera some today, but I've got it on wide view, and I wanted to see how that looks and get some feedback from you about that, especially going into St. Louis and stuff like that. So anyway, we'll see how that goes and go from there. All right. I hope everybody has a great day. Have a good weekend, and hope you enjoy the video. Again, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Double Dog. I'm driving for Stevens Transport. We're going to have a great day. Stay with me. Hey everybody, this is Rick. Just thought we'd stop for a second, take my 30. Me and Emily here. We are in Veneta, Oklahoma, and we are on I-44, which is the Will Rogers Turnpike here in Oklahoma. It changes to, I think it's the Creek Turnpike once you get to Missouri. But we stopped here at what's called the Will Rogers Arch, and you can see it in the background here. It's purported to be the largest regular McDonald's in the country. It's like 29,000 square feet. But the McDonald's is just a tiny part of it, but it's right in the arch there. On either side, you've got service plazas for gas and diesel. I've passed here before on like road trips and stuff like that, and I passed here a couple times since I've been driving a truck, but the weather's always been rainy and everything, so I didn't get a chance to get out and check it out. I did stop here, went in to check it out to see. There's a Subway in there, the McDonald's, there's a couple of convenience stores, and then again there's the gas plazas on either side. The interesting part about this is that it was built in 1957, 1958, and it was originally held what was called the Glass House Restaurants. That company that used to own that had those is defunct now. It's out of business. I'm not sure when, but after that it was a Howard Johnson's restaurant for the longest time. So for those of you who aren't familiar with, Howard Johnson, some of you will know the motels, the hotels, but you don't realize they used to run restaurants all over the country. I think there's only one or two left in the country. I think one of them's in Albuquerque, but as far as the restaurants. But anyway, it's just a neat little thing. Again, it's Veneta, Oklahoma. You get a chance and you're driving I-44 through the turnpike, you can get off without having to go through a toll booth and everything. Stop, stretch your legs, grab some fries or a burger, and then head along your way. So if you're going northbound, if you're going westbound, you're going to go towards Tulsa. If you're going eastbound, you're going towards Joplin, and that's the direction we're headed, going up towards St. Louis. Again, our goal tonight is to get to Effingham, Illinois. Right? If you watched the last video, I know it's in Illinois. Effingham is in Illinois. It's not in Indiana, it's in Illinois. Anyway. So anyway, you guys have a good one. We're going to finish up, grab a little snack, and then hit the road. All right? I'll see you in a few. This is the Will Rogers Archway inside of here. I don't have my microphone, so forgive me, but it overlooks I-44. Well, everybody, welcome to Missouri. We're just about 8 miles west of Joplin, Missouri, on Interstate 44. We're not going to stop here today. We stopped already for our 30 30-minute break, and we're going to try to run all the way to Effingham, which is about 390 miles. See if we need to make a stop, we will, but we'll see. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, we are in St. Louis, Missouri. It is 7:07 Central Standard Time. We're heading towards Effingham, Illinois tonight. We've got about 120 miles, just a little less than 120 miles, about 2 hours left. We've got about 2 hours and 52 minutes on our clock, so we're doing all right, assuming we don't run into any major delays going through St. Louis. Once we get past St. Louis, it should be pretty easy. But a few things coming up. We're going to follow this for a while. We got about 20 minutes or so till we get onto Interstate 55, heading north towards Illinois. A few things. Hopefully, the way that we're going, and when we pick up Interstate 55, I believe it's going to take us near downtown. So hopefully, we'll get a good picture of the arch, maybe Busch Stadium. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. We got a little bit of construction we're going to run into right here, with the lanes shifting here. They do a lot of split lane shifts over here, where part of the lanes go to one side and the other to the other, even though all three lanes are going in the same direction. It's just interesting as far as that. So we'll see what we got here. We got a little bit. We're going to get a slow down here, pick that up, and give them plenty of room. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit of a longer piece right here, because we're going to turn off the lane departure. Anytime we get into construction like this, or temporary lines or anything like that, we're going to go ahead and get off of we're going to go ahead and turn off the lane departure, so we don't get false readings and it's not bugging. But important part here is look way ahead here. We're staying on 44. Now you can go around a little bit. You can go around St. Louis, going up 270, going up 270. But the direction we have take us through downtown, and I'm not really looking to cut off any time right now. We're doing pretty good on time. Plus, if we can go through downtown and we're routed that way, I want to do that just to sort of share that. Hopefully, like I said, I think we're going to go near the arch, or at least get a view of it. We'll see. Near there also is Busch Stadium. I think we also will pass the main Budweiser plant, I believe, all in that, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been through this part of St. Louis that many times, so trying to remember last time, and so we'll see here. Plus, we had to take a little detour last time because of the construction, so that's where we're at right now. Louis, so that's probably why it was named after him. But I believe he was the first person to solo cross the Atlantic non-stop. So. Alright everybody, I'm back. I caught a glimpse in the far distance of the arch, so we're going to follow this until we get past there at least, and we're just going to stay on it and see. So hopefully you'll get a good picture of it. We'll see. I know I got this wide angle a little bit on it, so maybe a little bit of a different view, but we're going to check it out. Now, just a few things about the arch before we get there, so you can sort of know. I did a little bit of research. It is 630 feet tall. It's 630 feet from base to base as well. It is a monument to the exploration of the West. It also was supposed to be dedicated to President Jefferson, to Thomas Jefferson, because he was the one who really pushed that exploration of the West. A few other things. It was originally, the idea of doing a monument was in the 1930s. The idea behind and doing an arch and everything came about in the late 1950s. Construction began in the early 1960s, and it opened to the public for the first time, I believe, in June 10th, 1967. So the cost, it was a shared cost between the federal government and taxpayers in Missouri, and it's in St. Louis. Total cost was at that time around $13 million, which in today's cost would be somewhere north of $80 million. So one of the reasons why people approved of it and liked it, even though the idea came about during the Great Depression, was that it was supposed to provide, they said, upwards of 5,000 jobs, creating that area for a period of at least 3 years. Now, didn't happen exactly that way. Only 100 plus people worked full time on it, but it did spark a redevelopment of the area, from what I read. And a lot of people got jobs that way. So we shall see here. Again, I am just making an assumption we're going to go by there, that we're headed that way. I thought I caught a glimpse of it in the distance. We will see here in a little bit. We got 4.5 miles till we move to Interstate 55, and if I'm right, that should be somewhere around there. So we'll check it out. If not, we'll do it another time. But let's check it. Let's see where we're going to go with this. Okay, stay with me. What are the things to tell you? There is a visitor center at the arch. It's actually underground by the arch. There, it runs between the two legs of the arch. There is a tram that you can take. It's got cars, from what they say, similar to like a Ferris wheel kind of cars. But there are two trams, one in each leg. I think the north and south leg, I think that's the way they are. You can take it up there. There's an option. It takes you almost to the top, and then you get off, and I guess you walk up an incline to the observation deck of the arch, where there are windows. You can see at least 30 miles on a clear day. Let's see, a few other things to know. It is the largest monument, or the tallest monument in the Western Hemisphere. It is also the tallest, you can see it here coming up on your left, it is also the tallest stainless steel structure in the world. Again, it's going to be to your left over here. I think you can probably see it. or you'll be able to see it here. We're going to turn here towards it here in a minute. We've got, I think, when we start to turn towards I-55. But again, I don't know. I'm guessing that you can see it in the video, but we're going to find out here shortly. Downtown St. Louis, 55 North is where we're headed.
In 3/4 of a mile, keep left to I-55 North.
Thank you very much. A little bit of construction kind of move here.
Left.
55 South will take you towards Memphis, and if you pick up 555, it'll also take you towards Jonesboro. So I don't know if we're going to get a shot of this. Possibly, actually, coming around here. We'll see. Just depends on how wide the camera holds here. Actually, we may get a decent shot of it. So we're going to see. We're going to take 55, not for very long. So 55 to 70. And we shall see here. Slow down here. We got to go about a mile. You should be able to see it, hopefully, over here to your right.
In 3/4 of a mile, take exit 291A on the right to I-55 North.
So, yeah, hopefully, like I said, I got it on white, so hopefully you can see the arch to the left there. Don't know if you can or not. Like I said, I can't see the picture, but we're gonna hope. Okay, we gotta take this right. Right now would be the best time for you to see it, but we're gonna turn right now.
Take exit 291A on the right to I-55 North.
So actually, we're headed straight towards it, and we're gonna turn. So you can see it a little bit right there, hopefully. This is 25 miles an hour, which means we do these turns slower than that. Because we're top heavy, so. And hopefully you got a chance to see at least stay with it for a couple more minutes here.
Left lanes.
And we got less than 100 miles till our destination. And we got about 2.5 hours, so that's pretty good.
2.25 miles. Keep left to I-55 North.
Probably tell the roads are pretty rough, you know. There's a joke going on, or a meme per se. There's a lot of trucker memes, but one of the memes is a Department of Transportation person pulling over a truck saying that it needs to make sure that the truck is doesn't do damage to the roads. And then the next picture is a picture of the roads. You mean these roads? Yeah, they're a little rough, you know, especially in places. I mean, it just depends where you go. Sometimes there's chunks of them missing, but anyway. I hope you got a chance to see. I can see the arch over my shoulder, but next time we come south this way, we'll film it again. I think that'll be a better look of it because you can see it from the side. But it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will talk to you a little bit later. There's another item I want to show you guys, you know, as we start to get closer to our destination tonight.
In 3/4 of a mile, keep left to I-55 North.
So we'll check it out from there. See you in a few. Hey everybody, just thought I'd show you this cross up here. I'm not back in Texas, I am in Effingham, Illinois. Same kind of looking cross as we saw yesterday in Groom, Texas, except this one is about 9 feet taller, so almost 200 feet tall. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting to show you there. It's the cross at the crossroads is what they call it. We are just a couple miles from getting off here in Effingham. We've got two different exits, two different options, or actually three different options for places to stay. So we're going to start by looking at the Flying J. If we don't find anything there, we've got a few minutes left on our clock, about 40 minutes. We can always come back and try Petro, or I think there's a Love's over here as well.
Mile, take exit 116 on the right to Illinois 32.
So, but we got a Flying J coming up here in a second, and normally you show leaving truck stops. We're going to show getting into a truck stop. I don't know if we're going to show parking, but we're just definitely going to show at least getting into the truck stop. So. For exit 160 right here. Make sure we got nobody over here. Right. There's also a TA over here just across the street from there. We spent a few nights over here, either at the TA or Flying J. We're going to try the Flying J first. I just like it better than the TA, and if we don't find a place there, then we are going to try the TA there. So, doesn't really matter either way, but we're going to see what we can do here. think I've been to both of these before. That way it doesn't look too good then over here as far as parking spaces, but we'll see. Some days it's just what it is, you know, trying to find a parking space. If you talk to drivers, they will tell you that the first or second biggest issues for truck drivers is finding parking spaces. You know, look at this over here; it's pretty crowded. You know, it just is. There's not a lot of choices here. Pay for parking. It's not gonna bug me if I have to. I'd rather not, but if I have to, I will. It is not a big deal to me to pay for parking over here if I need to. So if I have to pay to park because there's no other place to park, my company will reimburse it. So it's not a big deal. It's really not. So we're going to check. It looked like there were quite a few paid parking spaces available. They usually charge about $18 to $20 a night. So right here, and we're going to see what they have. So, because this, I'm going to get off of here, and I will talk to you in a minute. Hey, everybody. Well, it's the end of the day. I ended up paying for parking, almost $16 for parking. That's not too bad. Luckily, Stevens does reimburse parking costs for company drivers. So if I go Alliance, then that's going to be on me. So I may not pay for parking as easily, but sometimes you got to do it. I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, I could have gone and looked at TA and everything like that, but it's too big a headache right now. I'm tired, and I've been running pretty hard the last few days. So I think I did probably about 1,900 miles in the last 3 days. That's a lot of miles. That's running pretty hard in 3 days. So, but I don't have a problem doing that. I enjoy doing that. I got a better sleep last night. I haven't been as diligent with my CPAP machine as I should. I start to doze off, and instead of putting it on, I'll just fall asleep or whatever. Last night, I made sure and used it, and I got about 7 hours sleep using it, and I felt really well rested today. I wasn't tired driving at all. It could be that, I drove a lot during the day today, and it was a nice day, but I didn't feel tired at all. So, it started to get dark fairly early. So, but we'll see. Hopefully you like seeing some of the stuff. I'm not sure what you could or could not see. I won't until I get a chance to review the footage, and that I usually will film this before I looked at any of the footage because it takes a little while. But assuming you could see what I hoped you were able to see, hopefully you got to see part of the arch, the Gateway Arch. That's what the name of it in St. Louis, and you learned a little bit about it. I did. I know that if I was going the other direction, following that road the other direction, you'd have got a really good view of it. I know that, but we'll learn and we'll see and go from there. And next time we'll film it again and we'll put it up there. Did get a picture, hopefully, of the huge cross over here. It was designed to sort of mimic the one in Groom, Texas, but be a little bit taller than the one in Texas, so about 9 feet taller. So it's about 200 feet tall, so it's a pretty big cross. But I don't know if they have the same kind of stuff around the base of it or not. It was hard to tell at night. Anyway, so plan is by the time I get everything done here, it's going to be right at 10 o'clock. That'll get me ready to roll about 8 o'clock in the morning. After my 10 hours, and I plan on running up to Moni, Illinois. That'll get me there roughly about 11 o'clock. That'll let me shut down and be ready and get another 10 hour, and that'll give me till about 9. And then I'll probably roll about 10 o'clock or so. It's only 24 miles. They're saying it's probably about 50 minutes. We're about 24 miles from Moni to Whole Foods, so it shouldn't be that difficult. But we'll see how it goes. So anyway, we're gonna do our best and get it done. I'm gonna make something to eat and watch a little TV and then get some shut eye. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend. Good Sunday ahead. We'll see what we see. I might try to film. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. It comes in handy, but sometimes it jumps in at the wrong place. So sorry about that. Anyway, hopefully I'll get to look at some of the Chicago skyline. I've been up in the Chicago area about 3 times since I've been driving for Stevens Transport. Once was driving through there at night, and not right through the heart of the city, but around the city a little bit, and that was interesting. But I couldn't tell you, I didn't get to see a whole lot. The other couple times were during the day, and I know that I was south of the city, and it was pretty foggy. So I didn't see a lot. I don't know what I'm going to see this time. I don't know if I'll see anything, but if I do, we'll get the camera running, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see some of it too. So anyway, hope you guys have a great night. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Devlog. I am in Effingham, Illinois, and I'm driving for Stevens Transport. I'm psyched. You guys have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.